Can I go around me or through me to get to my father law? For he and I are one the same. Now you see what must be done before you can be a universal architect.
Universal justice. Balance scale, divine righteous judgment. Now be the black man time. Fuck if you trust this, you gonna feel the positive vibe. Oh, we gon' bust quick. How do you filthy as lies? Young black people need to learn who you are and understand why you're light skin, brown and dark. And always know where the sun get the heat to stay hot. Stand firm in your square and you never will stop. Rock out with your cock out and never drop out. You be the masters of subconscious ultra builder, no doubt. You build a planet real fast, ultra smooth with no sound. You build a planet real fast, ultra smooth with no sound.
Sun's in sight, katana swore me my copper. I fast to meditate upon that ass like we're hard. Assimilate your fate along the brigade.
You cannot go around me or through me to get to my father law, for he and I are one the same.
Damn, they couldn't. I had. Oh, yo, peace. Oh, y'all can hear us now. Peace, everybody. Yo, pardon myself, man. I think we had a button muted. We was over here having so much fun, man. Ready to hop in this thing. Y'all know what it is, man. It's your brother, Minister Freedom Allah, man. Peace to the gods, peace to the earths. Let me know if you can hear me, man. If you can hear the stream loud and clear, man. Type peace, send us a peace, say peace to us in the chat, in the comments, man. Welcome to the God and Earth Hour podcast. Y'all know how we do, man. Peace to everybody, man. Whether you tuning in with us on YouTube, on Facebook, on Instagram, man, or even you with us on TikTok, man. It's a pleasure to be rocking
Always
with y'all. It's a pleasure with rocking with y'all. Say sound is traveling now, man. Peace. So man. Yo, I see. I'm gonna let you come on back up and say peace now, man. Peace.
Yeah, I just want to say peace to everybody. Peace to all the positive people out there. You know, welcome back to another show. You know, put your seatbelts on, sit back, get ready for the ride. You know what I'm saying? We'll give it to you hot off the press.
No, that's right. Peace to the God. Yeah. So look, man. You know, today's episode, man. We thought, man. You know, we always go into a lot of topics, man, and go into different things. So today, man, we just wanted to have what we call a private stock, man. You know what I'm saying? When we talk about, I would say subjects that's not necessarily straight lesson or a straight breakdown of something that we teach or something that we dealing with. But just, you know, us building, man. We just want to come together and have us our own personal build, man. So look, we want to take all questions. We want to take anything that anybody want to know, anything that you want to ask. Me or the God, man, please feel free to bring it up, man. And we you know, we're going to take all topics, man. So we just want to talk uncandidly, you know what I mean? Talk about just real things in life, man. In particular, man, I know one thing I wanted to say, man. You know that's I don't want to say it's outside of things because it's right on things, but man, if you God or you Earth, man, you got this about. If you ain't know, man, our culture is about being a stand-up individual, man. You know what I mean? We look at one of our goals here is to usher back in power, usher back in the mindset of, you know, not only being scholars and the scholarly mindset in general, but being real men and women, man. Be a mentor, be a motivator, man. Do something positive with your life. It's so many people out there, a great intellect and a great knowledge, man, that's just sitting around wasting, not doing nothing at all, man. Bullshitting and sitting on their ass. Get up and be something positive. Get up, get out, and get something. Right?
You know, in the words of Outcast.
Come on, I see. Anything you want to say, just in general, God, on that?
You know, that's a beautiful thing to start out with. You know what I'm saying? A nice segue in regards to making sure that it's understood that's what we're here for. That's what we're all
Right.
about. Striving to make sure that we provide a service and provide help and mentorship towards creating healthy, successful, and productive individuals in our communities. You know, we have enough bad influences and influences that lead individuals in the wrong direction. We striving to make sure that we lead individuals in the right direction. You know, with them gaining knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. You know, and we want to make this the order of the day. We want to make it cool to have knowledge. We want to make it cool to be smart. Once again, you know.
And yeah, God, I like what you said. Just in the mindset of making it cool, God, to be smart. You know what I mean? Because we living in a culture where ignorance, where being a dumbass, where being foolish, where doing things to degrade yourself and make yourself look worse than it is, man. That these are the things that's popular. You know, it's popular to be ignorant. It's popular to be stupid, to look dumb, to degrade yourself. You know, it's the thing of the day.
No, I look at when I just see these youngsters out here and they have their pants sagging. You know, to me, like, that's one of the sure signs of uncivilized. A person not having no signs of civilization, having your pants hanging off your ass. You know, as a young man, I know the women show their ass. And that's their thing. And they may find that as they asset or whatever they feel it is that gets them attention, but that's not the thing that men do. Walk around showing your ass. They say it's the style or whatever, but they say niggas sagging is niggas backwards.
No, that's right, God. And well, that's one thing I was gonna say too, God, because y'all may be wondering, like, what do we mean when we say like a private stock, man? Well, this is just one of these sessions. We just wanted to bring y'all into the conversations that we have, the things that we talk about amongst ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Because don't get me wrong, we always sharpening our swords, and we know that we have a lot of episodes where we do topics where we go in in the intellectual dialogue and really break stuff down. However, I felt like as a community and as a people, man, we not having enough real ass conversations with ourselves and amongst each other. We not calling each other out enough, man. You know what I mean? That's what the gods do in private.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, God, when you gonna get your ass off your ass and be the man you supposed to be? How long your goals and your visions gonna wait, man? You just gonna stay broke? What's up? We gotta have these hard hitting and positive conversations amongst ourselves, man. Being God is about being a man. Master Allah in. Meaning master the Allah in yourself, man. Mastering you, mastering who you are.
Word.
Anything to say about that, God? What'd you say?
Well, God, that's what our private stocks consist of. And I just look at it like that. That's what we doing. We opening ourselves up, for individuals to see how it is that we deal with each other, on a personal level. And not only that, to have private stock with our audience as well, to invite y'all to our cipher and, give us some questions, ask us some questions, whatever it may be, a private stock, But yeah, in our private stock, we do correct each other,
Absolutely.
At time to time, and we discuss all different types of subjects or whatever. We definitely correct ourselves, because we're amongst each other, and we get to see each other's, shortcomings and each other's flaws, and we strive to make sure that we, point out the kinks in each other's armor, so that we can make sure the steel sharpens steel, because we all understand that we're only as strong as our weakest link, and whatever we may see as the weakest link, that's the individual that we put pressure on, because we want to make sure we get him strengthened. That's what we're about, steel sharpen steel.
No doubt, God. Absolutely, man. And like you said, not only is it like steel sharpen steel, like man sharpen man, there's also where you get the science of, like, pulling your brother's coat, man. You know what I mean? Every now and then, some talks, And I know that, of course, this is a public platform. This is a public talk. But we talking about in public what should happen in private, right?
Right.
You know what I mean? In private, you should get your coat pulled. I think it should be. We have more, and really, it's just accountability, right? Hold your brother accountable. Go ahead.
Hold each other accountable. That's what it is. Accountability, God. That's the right word, and that should be the order of the day for everybody. Not and not for another individual to hold you accountable, but for you to be able to have a rule of measurement yourself, to be able to say, you know, to yourself, this is when you can see when you're out of order, when you're out of line with something. You need your own moral compass. Everyone needs their own moral compass to go by, you know. And once you got that and you know how to apply that rule of measurement to your life, then, you know, you can hold yourself accountable. But, you know, a lot of times we like to romanticize the things that we may be doing ourselves and don't see the error in our ways. And that's the purpose of having a brother or a sister around you to care enough to be able to, as we say, pull your coat. You know, bring that into your consciousness, that prick in your consciousness, you know, to cause you to be able to stay aware.
No doubt. Absolutely, man. No, hey, and Wise Magnetic, man, we appreciate you, bro. That's what we're here to do, man. We just here to build, God. You know what I'm saying? As well as, God, what I was thinking, too, just in this session, man, but we could share some of the things we've been that you may have been, you know, we've been studying and been researching on. You know, I know it was a few things that I had kind of came across that I just thought that it was significant and that it was kind of dope, man. That I'm not going to say that they topics that I've fully researched, but just kind of you know, stuff that I'm peeking into. You know what I'm saying? What you think about that, Asi?
Yeah, I mean, what's that? You know, let's travel into your mind and see what it is. You know, Minister. You know, at one time, it was a regular thing of mine, and I still do it. My sound in and out. Okay, here we go. My apologies.
Good.
But however, at one particular time, along with asking an individual, what's today's mathematics, and how do you see that? Even before I would ask them, or whether I would ask them that or not, one question I would always ask my air-likes when I would come into contact with them is, what books have you been reading? You know, what you've been studying lately? You know, what kind of information have you been absorbing? You know, because I just like to absorb what other individuals been looking into, you know, and see, you know, what piques other individuals' interests or whatnot. You know, so yeah, you know, let's delve into the mind of Minister Freedom.
Now look, I got now. I'm gonna go through one, and then I will that you would kind of that you could add on in the same in the same light. So one thing I wanted to share, God, that's you know, something that I've been researching too, man, and I would say it's something real dope for all the guys and all the earths to check out. You know, one thing that's big for me is like I like to research the history and the science of other people who say that, you know, of other cultures and other people who teach that the original black man is God. In other sciences and other ways where I see men calling and fashioning themselves and teaching and giving an understanding that they themselves is a God, right? So one of them that I came across, God, in a little bit of my research that I don't mind sharing. One of the joints I've been looking at. I don't want to get the whole screen like that. Hold on. Yeah, let me break this down. So one of them, God, that I've been looking at is some history from the Khmer Empire. You know what I'm saying? You familiar with the Khmer Empire? The Empire Khmer? The Empire of Khmer. The Khmer Empire. Yeah. This is where you get the famous temples of Angkor Wat that they used in like the Mortal Kombat with the four big pillars. You familiar with that temple? Hold on.
I seen the name.
Let me show you.
I've seen that name.
What, the Khmer Empire?
Yeah, I'm not sure whether or not that was the pronunciation I'm familiar with or heard. I'm not. I was trying, and when I looked at the word, I was trying to.
Yeah, this is the famous temple, what they call Angkor Wat. It's one of the oldest.
Okay,
oldest temples in
Angkor Wat.
Angkor Wat, right?
Angkor
in Thailand,
Wat, yeah,
right.
Yeah.
This was the home to the Khmer Empire.
Okay.
Right,
okay.
which is an
I'm
empire
familiar now.
of original people, and now what they call Cambodia.
Right.
Okay, and what caught my attention in the study, in the research of the Khmer Empire, the first ruler of Khmer. Hold on, let me go. Where was I at? Yeah, the first ruler, the first king of Khmer. He was said to have gone on a journey to what he called Java, and when he came back, he declared himself the Chakravartin. Hold on.
The Chakravartin.
He declared himself the Chakravartin. Now, the Chakravartin means the universal ruler. So he declared that he was the supreme ruler of the universe. That's what Chakravartin means, supreme ruler of the universe. And that this area of the world, and this area of the universe, this is where he claimed, he's like he said, God, he said he was the supreme ruler of the universe, the Chakravartin. And in Hinduism, they teach about multiple people who took the title of the Chakravartin, or supreme ruler of the universe. And where also it took me, of course, you got to go through Krishna, who is the blue-black god. You know what I mean? But all these people was original people. So I just came on to the science, like I said, of a man, of a king in Asia. In 802 CE, he took the title Chakravartin. He said that he was the supreme ruler. This is in the Khmer Empire. So, like I said, God, that's one thing I've been delving into, and just been, just study not only the steady search, the steady research, and steady study of the lessons and showing and proving, like we said, the original black man is God.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Go ahead.
Let me give our listeners a jewel in regards to that history that the God just blessed everyone with. There's a special that you can go on, you can watch. You familiar with it? I'm not sure if you heard of it. It's called Black Sambo.
Yeah, I'm familiar with that one. Good one.
You could go and watch Black Sambo, and it'll give you a nice breakdown of the history of Angkor Wat, and it goes into a certain history of how they have certain reliefs written in stone of stories of people being taken away to slavery, for 400 years or whatnot, and it being a whole story of these people written in stone before it happened. Over in them temples of Angkor Wat. So yeah, that was it. They also got us, a history of what they have of how they use the winds of the typhoon. And to use the term that they had was getting the wind.
Yeah.
Getting in the wind, and those winds would take them over into areas of the Americas or whatnot. So yeah, look into that Black Sambo, that give you a nice little jewel on that history.
No doubt. Yeah, I like that one. We'll definitely check that out.
Yeah.
So yo, man.
That's
Nice. Yeah. So yo, if y'all got any questions, make sure you drop in the questions in the chat. Drop them questions. Yo, if you got questions for the gods, just in general, man, like I said, we just having a general little private stock build, man. It's, it's not no particular subject or no particular topic. These just things that, we just wanted to build on a few things. It's just things that we be building on or might be dealing with or studying in private that may not, necessarily pertain to the teachings, or may not necessarily be like you know, something that's directly correlated, but you know, something that's definitely some science and just different things that we dealing with, man. Like I said,
you know,
go ahead.
something that you were speaking about, you know, it jogged my memory about a couple of things. One name that came to mind was what was his name? I had just said it. Bishop. He was teaching in the, I think it was like in the mid to late 1800s. You know, the idea of God being black. You know, down in the South.
I'm talking about the old Sweet Daddy Grace.
No, not Sweet Daddy Grace. You know, this was before Sweet Daddy Grace. His name will come to me in a minute. I want to say he wasn't dealing with the church, the United Church of Hagar, the Hagar Universal Improvement, something like that. I
remember you going through that.
No, that was Hurley. Maybe that was his name, Bishop Hurley. You know, that you can see, and they was operating way back in the days. You know, they had a symbol of a pyramid with an eye in the middle. You know, they used the number 7 as one of these holy numbers or whatnot. You know, and these was all, you know, original people. You know, then like you said, you got Sweet Daddy Grace. You know, and then what was my man out in New York? Father Divine.
Father Divine, peace God.
You know,
not our Father Divine, a different Father Divine.
You know, yeah, he had something called the Peace Mission. You know, except, you know, Father Divine wasn't saying that the black man was God. Father Divine was the black man that was saying he was God. You know, but he had an impact in Nautical and Harlem back in the days. Anyway, you know, with that peace mission. You know, I'm sure, you know, any of the guys are out from the Nautical area, New York area, you know, can speak on that a little bit more in-depth history or whatnot.
Yeah.
You know.
No doubt. I could definitely see that, man. So yeah. And also too, man, y'all make sure y'all check out our merch, man. You know, if y'all interested in merch or the God and Earth Hour merch, or you know, one of the other, my man Born Sincere, we partnered up with him in 1964 Apparel, man. Check out our site, man. Go to knowledgeofselfstore.com. You can check out some of the merch and the apparel that we got, man. We got some really dope looking stuff. We got some sweaters, hats, and all of that good stuff.
That Nectar of the Gods is what's happening.
Oh yeah, we definitely got the Nectar of the Gods.
Need to look into that.
Yes. Oh yeah, I need to pull a bottle over here so I can show y'all what we looking like. Yeah. Oh well, you know, Wise Magnetic said, I don't understand why a lot of the guys don't support this program on Facebook. I mean, you know, it's coming, God. We just gotta keep sharing it, man. You know what I'm saying? We working to get it out
road.
there.
We putting in our work.
Absolutely.
Putting in our work, putting in our bones, making our bones, you know, the right way. You know. You know, just got to keep spreading the word. You know, as long as we got individuals like you, you know, and everybody else out there, that, you know, giving us the support, you know, the word is spread. You know.
All we gotta do is keep it going.
And then we still looking to make improvements ourselves. You know, to our whole thing, to the whole venue. You know, making it better for y'all or whatever. So.
Yeah,
know,
bro, we definitely appreciate you, man. It's definitely up and rolling, man. We all good. And now, God, I mean, what was I about to ask you, man? I sure had a question for you, God. It was on some just now. Oh, that's what I was gonna ask you. Is it any new sciences or any things that you've been looking into yourself that you may want to add on to?
No new sciences in particular, you know, that I could think of right now that I've been, you know, going through, that I could say I want to add on with. You know, nothing in particular. You know, but, you know, outside of the, you know, the research that we've been doing for the different things or whatnot that needs to be done. But nothing in particular, you know. And if it does, it'll come to me.
Yeah, well, you know, I'll tell you what you know, somebody reached out to me about doing helping. They wanted to add on with some equipment, man, to help if we was interested in doing experiments to prove, you know, the curvature of the earth and going into the whole Going into the whole flat Earth thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think that's always interesting.
They wanted to, just the science of like a sextant. You know what I mean? For anybody who don't know what a sextant is, this is what geographers, geologists, as well as navigators use on boats and over land to, estimate to calculate distance.
That's one of the things I can say that I've been consumed with lately, just those different things, because going through that whole topic or whatnot just caused me to look into a couple of different things, as it always does anytime we go through any particular knowledge. It causes us to go back and research and look into things. So that's one of the things that I have been going through those type of sciences, as well as just now coming into the new year, the new Gregorian year, just going into the whole science of that. I always revisit that science around the time of the Gregorian calendar, just to renew that history of that science.
Man, we were supposed to go through that. We didn't never go through that like we were supposed to too, huh?
I thought we went through that.
Nah, we didn't never go through that. Peace to the God. Yo, peace, Dad B boy. What's up, my man? Nah, we never went through the New Year's science.
Okay.
Did we go? I think we might have touched on it. Did we touch on that? Yeah, we did touch on it. We did touch on it because we went through the 25,000 year history.
Yeah,
Yeah, we definitely touched on that, man.
And then at the turn of the Gregorian, I don't know what show we had right around that particular time.
Yeah, well, we went through it when we was going through the 25,000 year history. Because remember, we was just going through the science of how the original man always calculated time. You know what I'm saying? In terms of the celestial clock, in terms of the zodiac, in terms of the 25,000 year history. You know what I mean? For anybody who don't know, if you missed the episode, we just was building on the science, man, about how, January 1st is not the New Year's. That's the middle of the winter. You know what I mean?
So that's the fiscal year.
Peace, God. Go ahead, where you at?
No, that's the fiscal year. And that's also the year that was established after Pope Gregory had corrected the calendar that had fell out of sync, so many months after so many years or whatnot, so many different times, because the calendar had to get corrected so many different times, by them adding months and, taking days from this particular month and adding it here or whatnot, so, yeah, that the whole science is what gives us the Gregorian year, which was named, the calendar is the Gregorian calendar, and that calendar was named after a Jesuit priest who corrected the calendar, at one particular time. And once he corrected the calendar and had January 1st as the new year, it became known as the Gregorian calendar, because his corrections, brought it, up to date, and, it made it where individuals could use it, across the globe, all at once.
And then of course you get your developments when Julius came into play and Augustus came into play, and where they added certain months because they wanted certain months.
Well, all of that would have already had taken place by the time Pope Gregory did what he was doing. Because Gregory corrected the calendar, if I'm not mistaken, it was around the year 1582.
Right.
I think it was in the year 1582 was when he corrected the calendar. So, the months of July and August had already been added to the calendar, at that time.
No, true indeed. I can see that. Definitely, God. And the whole science is, for anybody, what you're going to need to do is make sure what we deal with is what's called the Vernal Equinox, which is when the planet Earth makes a full rotation around the sun, or in the beginning of the spring. Because in the spring we got new life. You know what I mean? So that's when we which is, especially when you study historically, when you study the cultures of the original man, the original people, that's when they always was dealing with it. Was in March, when you see all new life, when plants bloom, when
Well, they was more in line with nature.
Right.
And being in line with nature, you would naturally make your calendar in sync if you're calling something the beginning, and you have a realization and you see that in nature, life begins to bud, life begins to bloom, life begins to blossom right around this particular time of the rotation. And so you would say, well, this is the beginning, so this is what we're going to call, day one. You understand what I'm saying? When you're developing the idea of creating a calendar based on the circumference of the area that you live. You understand what I'm saying? Which is the whole idea of how we base time.
True indeed. No, I like that, God. Now, here's another question, God. Something that we wouldn't typically, I wouldn't say typically build on in general. And two, because we do got my man Power in the room. God, you got any questions? You want to throw any questions out there? Let me know if you do, God. We can hear you. What I was gonna ask you was, when we say we gotta kill all religion, God, would you say that we against religion, per se?
We're not against nothing but a lie. Now, if that religion is teaching a lie, then we're against that lie that the religion is teaching. But I won't say that we're against the religion, because you got a lot of the people that are dealing with these religions.
Yeah.
And to say that you're against that religion, the individuals will take it like you're against the people. And I'm never against the people. I'm against the lies that people are being taught. And that may draw us into debate, conversation and, whatnot with individuals based on, ideology. But however, no, I'm not against religions. I think we have to kill our religion, meaning we got to kill that thinking in people.
Peace, God.
Because I was taught early on when I first got knowledge, that I never met a religious person that wasn't a hypocrite in one way or another. Because religion ties you into a box so that there are so many things that you can and can't do. And then you have these individuals that saying that they are this religion, but yet you'll see them doing things that the religion say that they shouldn't do. But then everyone has a excuse or some type of, rationalizing their way out of what it is that their religion is saying they shouldn't do. What they call taking evil and making it fair seeming. Individuals can make this the order of the day easily, right. Inside of a religion. Especially when you can always say the devil made me do it.
Damn, God. Man, you ain't lying. And all I be thinking is, like you said, we just got to kill the mindset.
Yeah.
We got to kill the stupidity. We got to kill the waiting on the mystery God. You know what I mean? That's why I always found a lot of value in being able to see and show forth and prove what we teach in the religion. And being able to go in the Bible and see, where we agree. To see and show and prove what we the same. In the Quran, where the black man is God. Not a mystery, but the truth. God, I got a question. What's a question in Instagram real quick? Peace, God. What's the science used by navigators and geologists to calculate the curvature of the earth that you started to build on? Particularly, it's used by navigators, and I think I pronounced it wrong. It wouldn't be a geologist, because a geologist is somebody who studies the physical earth. The physical earth.
Yeah, layers of
that
earth.
Would be, what's the name for a person who? I think that would be a surveyor. But it's another term for somebody who studies distance. What?
A cartographer?
A topographer. Topographer.
No, a topographer would do it from an aerial perspective. I think the term, if I'm correct, is cartographer. Cartography.
Peace, God. True indeed. So
if I'm correct.
Correct. I do stand corrected. That's Akalim 7. That's not a geologist, man. That would be a cartographer. So this is what I wanted to show you. The instrument that I was talking about is what's called a sextant. This is called a sextant. A sextant. SEXTANT. Now you have land sextants And then you have nautical sextants. So this is a nautical sextant that you see in on my screen. So you may be wondering, hey, what's a sextant? So a sextant is an instrument with a granulated arc of 60 degrees and a sighting mechanism used for measuring the angular distances between objects and especially for taking altitudes and navigation.
So, for example, you would be able to use this tool if you was on a boat and you saw another boat and you saw that boat leaving your distance. You would be able to measure the distance that the boat was leaving based on the curvature of the earth, leaving your sight.
As well as well, my understanding of it, God, because it got several mirrors on it. Mm-hmm. Right, it's got a scope that points straight ahead, mm-hmm. right, and then it has a mirror that reflects from the light of the sun. Right. So essentially, it's used for measuring distance, because say if you're looking over a map to between one or two places, you have to be able to triangulate your position using the sun, and then pinpoint your location over the horizon. And to pinpoint your location over the horizon, you have to account for curvature. So essentially, a sextant allows you to calculate that while you're on water, right? One of the mirrors that's looking down is giving you an angle off the water, right? And then you got sextants that you can use on land that don't have a mirror at the bottom or whatever. Mm-hmm. So yeah, to answer your question, to answer fam question on Instagram, yeah, a cartographer, pardon self. To answer your question on Instagram, bro, yeah. So that's what a sextant is, man. So we you know, the 5% Connection, we might be doing the sextant experiment for the babies. You know, we some of the babies, some of the young guys, man. Even I was gonna do it with my sons, and just doing that experiment, God, cause it ain't hard. You know what I mean? It's simple. It's math. I think it'd be really dope, man. But to fam on Instagram, that's what we was talking about. A sextant. A sextant.
Any other questions over there?
Go back to the Bible. One of the sciences that was captivating me when I first started getting knowledge was how y'all dropped on me was the history of Jacob and Esau to line up to the color man and the black man.
No doubt. Yeah, peace. No, the God power was saying, you know, just in terms of the science of, you know, he was saying that a science that was prolific to him was the science of Jacob and Esau. You know what I mean? And, you know, for me, that science was, you know, I understood clearly because it correlated to not only our condition here in the wilderness of North America, but the relationship between the black man and the original man and the colored man. You know what I mean? The understanding between, and I don't even want to say the understanding of that, but essentially a depiction of Yakub, right? And an understanding of it, how. Just going back to that point that we was talking about the Bible, about being able to show a person where the religion ends and the truth begins, showing them what was changed and what's theology. It's like what Malcolm said. The whole science with the Bible is the people have been taught to read it without understanding. So if you read it without understanding, you're gonna be ignorant. You know what I mean? Just like how I say the Bible say that God is like a flower or like a mountain. If you take that literal, you think that God is a flower or God is a rock. But with understanding, you know that he's strong like a rock and he, gentle like a flower. So to the God point, that the understanding with Jacob and Esau was that Jacob represented the grabber of the heel. That God told Rebekah that the two nations are in your womb, and the older shall serve the younger. So these are things that you got to read with understanding, and then you can remove the religion and be like, yo, here's some of the truth. God, anything you want to add on that? I see.
Well, God, when I think of that story, a book that comes to mind that was powerful to me in my early days of getting knowledge that explained that story to me early on was a book called "The Black Man's Stolen Birthright."
By who?
His brother named Alfred Ali, and I think he was in the mosque in NOI, and he had gave up the whole story and the example of Jacob and Esau, and how that was symbolic to the story of the black man in America. And with that understanding that he had dropped in there, it also shed more light on understanding of how the story replays itself throughout history in different scriptures in different ways continuously, because the narrative is as old as man. And what that is that you always have a story of a supplanter, of one who is striving to take the birthright. Even when you deal with the story of Jacob and Esau, you go back to the story of Isaac and Ishmael. It was the same thing.
Peace, God. I don't know too much about that story.
Yeah. I mean, okay, we'll go through.
Well, we do got a question for you in the chat. Does the 5% nation deal with sovereignty? I think we done got that question before. You want to take that one, I see?
Well, if you're dealing with sovereignty as being freedom, yes, we do. A law is free. And you don't need to go and get no paperwork to do it. However, dealing with the paperwork aspect, I have to say no. No, we don't teach about going to get your freedom through paperwork or going to get your sovereignty, because sovereignty is freedom essentially. And we don't really teach about going to get that through no paperwork or whatnot. At least I didn't get that jewel. In that regards. However, once you get knowledge yourself, your mind is free.
I mean, as well as God. I mean, I think there are some gods who kind of deal with that as a science. You know what I'm saying? I think it's some gods. However, I wouldn't say that that's like our teachings.
No, I mean,
you know what I'm saying?
yeah, we have guys to deal with all kind of sciences.
Yeah,
I'm sure of that. However, like I said, that do we teach that in the 5%? No. Freedom is applied to 40 or more.
No doubt. True indeed, God. True indeed. Freedom is definitely applied to 40 or more. My bad. I was having some camera difficulties. But as well as, man, like the God said, one thing that I always held fast to is that, you like the God said, you should, nobody, I shouldn't have to sign anything to say I am who I am. God is. And I'm going to be regardless to whom or what. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I was striving to show that book, God. I had pulled that book up for you. I was trying to pull it up. Peace. Peace, Jah King. Peace to the God.
Yeah, that's, I don't even know if that book is in print anymore.
America's Greatest Robbery. The Black Man's Stolen Birthright. That one.
Yeah, that's the version I remember.
Hold on. Let's see if I can make it bigger for the family.
That was a jewel right there.
This the book that God talking about. Y'all want to try to find that on Amazon? It look like it's on Amazon. The Black Man's Stolen Birthright. Word. Peace to the God. Peace to the God,
Yeah.
man. So, yo.
But and just to elaborate, dealing with the parallel with Isaac and Ishmael, you're dealing with Abraham. And Abraham was the father of nations. And Abraham had a covenant with God. According to the scripture, Abraham had a covenant with God. And the people out there, y'all help me out a little bit if I'm a little bit rusty on this story or whatnot. But however, he had a covenant with God, and as long as he had kept his covenant, God said that, I'm gonna bless you and your seed. And so God had tested him, and when God tested him to take his son, his firstborn son, up on the well, let me go back a little bit. He wanted a son, and his wife had grew old in age, and she couldn't bear any children, and she wasn't confident that she was going to have any children, and so she gave Abraham the okay to go into the handmaiden and have a child, because she was too old, and he had a young handmaiden in the house whose name was Hagar. Now Hagar was of Egyptian origin, and Abraham went into her boy life, had a son named Ishmael, and later on, his wife, I believe her name was Sarah, she became jealous, dealt with Hagar, hastily or whatever, and basically told Abraham that he had to, put her out of the house. She didn't want to be dealing with him, whatever. So he put her out of the house, and Hagar went off into the wilderness with her son Ishmael, and later on, Sarah was able to have a child, and she had a son for Abraham named Isaac. And so in the Bible, the covenant goes when Abraham gets his covenant from God by being tested by God to murder his firstborn son. He took in the Bible, he took Isaac up to the mountaintop and was about to murder him. Then God stopped him. He saw your faith, was with me, and you was willing to do this for me because I told you to do it. So now, my covenant is not only with you, but it's also with your son. And so the argument is, who was his firstborn son? They'll say that Ishmael wasn't his firstborn son because Ishmael was illegitimate. But however, ain't no such thing as no illegitimate children. You understand what I'm saying? So the argument in the religious world between the Jews and the Muslims or the Christians is, who is the true son of Abraham? Who's the seed of Abraham? Who does this covenant belong to? Isaac or Ishmael? Ishmael represents the Muslims. Isaac represents the Jews and the Christians. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like, who's the true seed of Abraham? And it's a fight over that birthright.
No, true indeed.
You understand what I'm saying?
And the God just was going through and just going through that science to
Now that's some private stock for you.
yeah. And to anybody that's watching, man, no, man, we go through all these sciences. I was taught the original man is we say who wrote the Holy Quran or Bible.
No doubt.
You know what I mean? The Bible, the Holy Quran or Bible was written by the original man, who was Allah, the supreme being, black man of Asia.
Yo, we go through all of it. The Bhagavad Gita.
I'm telling you.
You understand what I'm saying? The Mahabharata.
I'm telling you. Sanskrit, Medu
the Egyptian, what is the Book of the Dead, or Egyptian are coming forth by day or by night.
I'm telling you. The four yagas.
You know what I'm saying? The Kabbalion. The Emerald Tablets. Hermes Trismegistus. Zoroastrianism.
The Enumera Elise.
I give the people the jewel that we sit back and we could draw up all the time. This movie called Red Cliff. This movie called Red Cliff, and it goes into the science of the actual knowledge of the historical people in the books of the Art of War, Sun Tzu, and the generals that he speaks of, that he uses as examples for their tactics in the art of war, and using their tactics, in day-to-day living or whatever, based on, however, it's drawn up. But however, you could look at certain names, like, what was my man name? They called him the Tiger, Cow.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
General Kyle.
That was a good
You
one.
know, they talk about how they called him the creeping the creeping lion or something like that because he could always creep up on you before you know it. He'd be right up on you.
I tell you the nicest one I liked that I got from you most recently. That They Live, God. That They Live was nice.
Yeah, that They Live. That was a nice one. Well, the wrestler Rowdy Piper.
Yeah,
for those back up on the wrestling back in the days,
that shit was a jewel.
Rowdy Piper was in this movie called.
Live was mean.
You know
that
what I'm
shit
saying?
Was a jewel, God.
You want to give people a little overview?
Oh, that shit was a jewel.
Little spoiler alert.
No, we ain't got the rights to that shit.
But go back and do the knowledge to it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, go check out They Live.
All I'm gonna tell you is listen. This white man wanted this brother to see so bad, and his brother did not want to see, and he fought his ass to make him see.
I see the truth, God.
True indeed.
That is that hard. In the movie, for anybody who never seen They Live, in the movie, my man's had these glasses, and whenever he put the glasses on, he could see the true meaning of something. Like he see the billboard. And it'll say like money. Like he see something and it'll say poverty.
Right. He'll see an advertisement of a woman smoking cigarettes and it'll say obey. When he take the glass off, he just see the woman smoking cigarettes in the advertisement. But once he put the glasses on, it say obey.
Like, you baby ought to pull that shit up. Yeah.
So.
God, that shit was cold.
I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell y'all one more jewel. One more jewel might not be the last jewel. Let me stop lying.
Let me see if I can pull that They Live up for him real quick, man. For anybody who ain't never seen that They Live.
You can pull that up like that?
Yeah, I might be able to. A quick little clip.
All right, now.
You know what I'm saying? Might be able to do a little something.
No, I don't want to be going to kiss no terms and no agreements.
Well, if my damn, what's the name? This damn shit. Oh, there it go. Hold on.
Son, we're grabbing burgers for dinner if you're interested.
I'm vegan, Walter.
My damn.
You had bacon for breakfast.
Yeah,
Okay,
hell yeah, I
Mr.
can pull that shit up.
So your ass was just eating bacon for
Really be a
breakfast.
rebel? Get off your parents' car insurance.
Talking about that They Live.
No, I'm just laughing.
Oh, that
Commercial.
damn ad, hell yeah, that shit funny. Me and Wahoo be laughing about that shit.
Masters! What do these things want, and why are they here?
You still don't get it, do you, boy?
They have recruited the rich and the powerful.
They're running the whole show.
Wake up! They're all about you, all around you. Blinded us to the truth.
Take a look.
They are safe as long as they are not discovered.
I don't know what they are or where they came from, but we gotta stop them.
Stay away from me. Put these on. They have us. Look at them. They're everywhere.
Yeah.
We have
This the damn trailer. I'm trying to pull up the damn clip.
The fight.
The fight scene. Yeah. Hell yeah. No, even when my man's just had the what you was just talking about, where he just was putting the there you go. All the quick little jewel on it. Go check this shit out though.
Yeah.
The joint was a joint, man. Peace. Yeah. They live.
Yo,
They live.
Give y'all one more jewel.
They live.
And this gonna be the last jewel from the private stock. Because basically what this private stock is,
Piper.
basically what this private stock is it's generally, Jews that we done had amongst ourselves, for a while, And I'm gonna drop this one on y'all. And a couple of the guys out there that's already familiar with the cipher probably already familiar with this jewel right here.
Word.
But it's from the Twilight Zone. The old school Twilight Zone. Anybody familiar with that? With Rod Serling. And episode called The Howling Man.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, that's a jewel. That's a jewel.
Yeah, that was.
Go back. And that's all I'm gonna say about that one. That one right there is the cliffhanger for for you tonight. You know, the Howling Man. What's the episode? What is it? I want to say 34.
Hold on. Look that shit up.
I want to say episode 34 of the Twilight Zone. Symbolism wrapped up in this episode in the Twilight Zone, which, you know, there's a lot of symbolism.
Episode 41.
Episode 41. You know, it was a lot of symbolism in all of them. However, in this one, it was some deep symbolism.
God. Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, it was some deep symbolism, man. So, yo, if you just hopping in, man, we really about to hop out. Y'all know this the God and Earth Hour.
Peace.
We got to get to work tomorrow, man. We got to go get some coins. So, yo, you know, y'all know we ain't going to keep it too late, but we going to keep it long enough and keep it rocking, man. If you missed it, man, you know, you missed a nice little private stock. Make sure you rewind.
It'll be up for you
and
later.
Catch some jewels. It'll be, you know, it's definitely gonna be. You can catch the replay on Facebook and YouTube, and then of course, you know, you can listen to the live. You can listen to the audio on Spotify or Apple Podcasts or anywhere that you listen to podcasts, man. You can check it out because we are on Spotify and all of these places, man. So yeah, thank y'all so much, man, for tuning in and hanging with me and the God, man. Peace, yo. Peace to the God, yo. It's been a pleasure, everybody. Man. I would encourage everybody who's tuning in, if you listening, man, keep studying. Stay in the strive and the hunt for knowledge of self. You know, make sure you tune in with us this upcoming episode, because we're gonna be going back to the chalkboard. We're gonna be breaking it down. So make sure you in here with us on Friday at 10 p.m. man. So look. I see, man. Anything you want to leave? You want to leave them with?
I want to leave everybody, you know what I'm saying, the greatest, you know, greeting that I can give anybody, and that's peace.
I know that's right. Yo, yeah, true indeed. Yeah. Peace, God. Make sure you check in. Peace, I power, peace to the God. I9 power, peace to the God. Yeah, y'all come in and check in with us, man. Yeah. Y'all make sure y'all tune in with us on Friday, man. It's gonna be live. You know what I mean? Me and the God it was another topic we was about to go through, but we was like, yo, let's just draw this up some more, because we gonna be going through it. Yo, peace, man. You want to see peace to you, man, from South Africa, man. Yo, peace to y'all.
Peace.
So look, we're gonna leave y'all like my man RC said, man. We're gonna leave y'all in the same way that we greeted y'all, man, in the supreme universal greeting of the